Before we start the video, guys, make sure if you haven't already to join the Discord. We've got nearly 60 members in it now. We're all nice, we all love talking about Kenshi. If you haven't already, make sure you join, links in the description below. Thank you and enjoy the video. Hello guys and welcome back to another episode of Let's Learn Kenshi. Now on the last video we learnt about choosing our race, starting off, looking at all this stuff here, and now we're going to learn about the best part of Kenshi, combat. Now, combat can be very daunting in this game because it's unlike other games like Fallout or Skyrim. We can't kill anything pretty much straight off the bat. This guy here, these guys going in here, some fucking random rat on the street. We can't kill anything right now, and that is because our stats are low. So let's learn about combat and how to go about it. So the first thing we need in combat is items. There's two items we need mainly. One, a weapon, unless you're for martial arts build. We've got a nice little stick here, not the best, but it'll do. And two, and more importantly, first aid kits. Now, there are a lot of first aid kits in the game that you can get, and if you go to places like bars, way station, general stores, travel gear shops, all of them around the map in towns, you will find first aid kits. There are two things to know about first aid kits. Number one, the quality there, which you can see is 5 out of 100. Quality means the quality of the repair of yourself. Now, when you start using the med kits, you're going to start leveling up your field medic skill. This is going to make it faster and how quality your fixing up wounds and stuff is really. But the other one is the charges that we can get, and that is the overall durability of the first aid kit. So we're just going to buy this straight away, and now we can go fight someone. So if we look around the map, around these areas, which is the border zone on the map, we're going to find groups of enemies walking around. Now we want to go find some starving bandits. Starving bandits are the easiest enemies in the game to fight, and we're going to go find a group now. Before I get into a fight with them, I'll show you what they look like. Normally you can find them anywhere around here, but sometimes they can spawn them a bit over there, but if we look around enough we'll find them. So I'm going to cut to where I find some and we'll go from there. While we're waiting as well, I noticed a couple of comments earlier. I am going to be getting a new microphone soon. The one I have is good, but I've had it for a couple of years now, and to be honest, I think there is some maintenance involved. It's Sturdy Thing's been had a couple of beatings and stuff, you know, gambling on CSGO and shit, but really, I'm going to be getting one soon. But for now, I know a lot of people, you're all patient and stuff. I love the support. I will be getting a new one soon, hopefully around Christmas, but until then, you're going to have to bear with my horrible voice. Thank you. Just after talking about that, we finally found the starving bandits. These guys here are the hungry bandits, or the starving bandits. Call them whatever you want. These guys are malnutritioned lunatics who want nothing better than to beat you. Now, if you find one here that is a leader, you can normally talk to them and give them a bit of food, a bit of cats. Cats is the money right here. You can give them anywhere between 200, which will just get them to leave you alone, or you can give them 1500, and that will give you a bit of faction reputation with them, which if you give them enough times, they'll then eventually stop attacking you, and if you get up high enough, they'll then start joining your fights. You can't recruit them though unless you have mods, or unless you sell them into slavery first and then recruit them yourselves. Now, what we want to do is, if we fight all these right now, we are definitely going to lose, and most likely we'll probably die because we don't have someone else to heal us. So what I'm going to do now is just run over here to this to the town, and they're going to protect us. I know it's going to be a combat guide, but just to make things a lot easier, if you know you cannot run away from a fight, instead of save scumming, you can normally just lead them to a town, and then all your problems are over, like so. First thing about Kenshi combat is that if you know you cannot win a fight, you can press this button here, block. Block will buy you some time, and that's all it's going to do. It will raise your defense and dodge. Dodge is only important if you don't have a weapon or you go for martial arts. Defense, it will pretty much mean that if someone does attack you, you will defend your attacks more frequently. But the counter side is that you cannot attack while you have the block mode on. This is a purely defensive mode. This is mainly for if there are other people fighting around you on your side who you know are going to win, but you know yourself if you start attacking, you will get beaten or die. So, we're going to take this off for now, and these guys are just leaving us alone right now. Maybe not, but all we're going to do is just lead them into this town. Now, as soon as we lead them into this town, because they are hostile, all we want to do is just go into this bar here, and, well, you'll see. I'll put us onto block. We'll go into the bar, and what should happen is they follow us in. And as soon as this guy finishes here, because this is a little event, we can still talk to him. Now they're attacking us. So now they are attacking us right now, and because we know we can't win this fight single-handedly, all we're going to do is press block. Now, I know what you're saying, it's combat guide, shouldn't we learn how to fight them? Yes. This is just a countermeasure to know that if you need help in a fight, or if someone's chasing you, you can just simply do this, and then you're okay. Because right now, my guy, he's not even in combat anymore because most of them have been taken out. Now, why am I doing this so far? Right, so the reason why is because we're going to look for these guys here. We're going to find the one that is least damaged. So if we just have a little look around here. This guy over here, he's only unconscious. He's not lost a lot of health, so all I'm going to do is medkit him up. Now, I know what you're thinking, Mongrel Shad, this guy just tried to beat you and take the clothes off your body. Why do you want to heal him? Well, my friend, I'll tell you. I'm going to heal him up so I can beat him. Yes, weird, isn't it? We're going to heal this guy up so then he becomes our training partner. And he's going to be our training partner because he tried to attack us. And the only way he's going to repent and get into heaven is if he lets us kick the shit out of him for a while. And by that I mean I'm going to pick up his body and carry him somewhere. And as soon as he's conscious and he's okay to fight, we're going to train on him. Let's get started on it. Now, while we wait for this guy to recover, even though we did have the block stat up there, we did raise our melee defense. Now, in a real fight, if we blocked that many attacks, it'd be up a lot more. But because we put the block on, it acted like our block was level 20. And because it was level 20 at the time, we would be getting the same XP of blocking attacks when we was level 20. Now, because this guy's attack stats are low, and because he is hardly wearing anything, the XP that we get off this man, or woman, depends on how much we actually get. So if he is a really bad fighter with really bad gear, we're going to get little XP. If he's a really good fighter with really good gear, we're going to get a lot of XP. We can see here in the ways to train, bonus to fighting opponents stronger than you and penalty to fighting opponents weaker than you. Right now this guy is about our equal. He's a tiny bit better than us, but the same, we're going to be getting nice XP either way. But right now, this guy, he's now only hungry. All of his core stats, the core stats are the head, stomach and chest. If all of them are above 0 and nothing else is wrong with him, he is ready to fight. So all we're going to do now is drag him over here and place him on the floor. Now, I don't recommend... Oh. He's still there. I don't recommend experienced players doing this, but for new players, I do fully understand. If you are worried about a fight that you go and get into, that you think you can win but not entirely thing, just save. Save scumming is a bit of a bastard sometimes, but for newer players who just want to learn a bit first, completely okay. So, now we're going to go over here and wait for him to wake up. Now, sometimes if you do this, if you wake up too close, he's going to be, say, like, oh, waiting for enemies to leave. Let's see him now. He's playing dead there, but now he's getting back up. Now that he's getting back up and he's on his ones, this is the perfect time to attack him. He's weakened, he is hungry, and he does have a tiny bit better stats than us, but now all we're going to do is attack unprovoked. Now, I'll take off the block, and now we're in a fight in Kenshi. So right away, we're both attacking each other. Because it's just a one-on-one, it's going to be a simple back and forth. I'm going to attack him, and depending on his defense, he's going to try and block it. Then, after that, either I'm going to attack again, or he's going to attack me, and I'm going to try and block it. Everything that happens in a fight levels up something. If I attack and it gets blocked, someone levels up something. I'll raise my attack, he'll raise his defense. If he attacks me, but I don't block it, my toughness raises up and my melee defense raises up. Now, because I am an idiot, I did lose a bit of footage there when I tried to get my first fight going, but right here now, all I've done is I've right-clicked on an enemy, and now he's walking towards me. If I need him to stop, and I don't want to drag his group, if I just press block, he will then just come to me, and then the fight will resume. Now, fighting in Kenshi is just simple back and forth. Someone's going to hit someone first, him, I blocked the wrong way, now my health goes down. Now, when my health goes down, you're going to notice that even if I get hit, my melee defense and my toughness is going up. Now, I'm getting my ass kicked right now, but in Kenshi, losing is learning. And that's not something a teacher would say, I know it is, but it actually makes sense, this one. Every time he attacks me or hits me, something of mine's getting leveled up. I blocked there, I'm going to hit him back. Now, we are probably going to lose this fight because our stats are low and I've already been damaged by a previous fight. But there we are. See, now I've got no food on him, or on myself, he's not going to take that, but I've been knocked down here. Now, I am only at -2, so the KO point, more on that in a second. If I stand up right now, because he is near, my toughness has now leveled up to level 7. That is because I got back up from a fight even though he was still nearby. So now, even though I have been beaten up, I'm significantly stronger. My toughness has increased, which means that not only can I take a lot more damage, my KO point has increased. KO point is very simple. There are 3 core areas of every human, or pretty much, yeah, every character in the game. The head, the stomach, the chest. If any of these goes below my KO point, I will be knocked out, and then I will be unconscious. Nice little Holy Paladin speaking to me here. Just going to speak to him real quick. He gave me food because these guys are nice. Now, I don't have a medkit anymore because I used it all up, but pretty much when I go below my KO point, I will go down and I will go into a recovery coma unless I have below my KO point. So if I was at -14 when I got knocked down, by the time I've recovered, I'll get back up, but when the timer goes down and if I'm over my KO point, I will then have to wait for my core areas to reach 0 again. But that is combat in Kenshi on the losing side. Let's go try and win a fight now. After we've been damaged from a fight, we need to go restore our health a bit. Now, there are some ways to restore our health. We can either A, go just wait somewhere, or B, we can do it the fast way and rent a bed. Now, if we have our own base, which we'll get onto in a few episodes, or we have our own house, we can simply sleep in a bed. But because we are technically homeless right now, all we have to do is go into a bar and then sleep in one of the beds. We can go over here, see if this guy has any medkits. He does not, and we're not low on food, so what we're going to do is just sell these weapons that we picked up here, and all we're going to do is go to bed. Now, a pro tip, never sleep on these unless there are these. These beds are better than these camp beds because the healing bonus on the camp beds is only ×4, which will mean we'll recover at 4 times fast. But if we go into a bed, it costs the same, yet we get double the healing speed. So if we go here and check out our guy, we can see our things skyrocketed right up now, and as soon as we've reached that back 100 on everything, we're going to go back out there and fight. Now, I didn't wait to get back to 100 even though I should have, but I spotted these nice pair of starving gentlemen that are going to be great test subjects for our next fight. Now, because we have been beaten up in our first fight, we are going to be a little bit stronger. This doesn't necessarily mean we're going to win our next fight, but it means that we have a better chance with the starving bandits. So we're just going to find someone here, this nice person here, and we're going to attack unprovoked, and then when we get closer, she's going to come to us. And then we can just stand here, press block, and then get her to come to us again. Now we can go her away a bit more, just away from the group, because if we attack her while she's near a group, then all of them are going to come fight us. So just to be sure, I'm just going to drag them a bit away, make sure we don't go near the Holy Nation Patrol for them to join in, and then we're going to have our next fight here. There are some little combat tips for the fight, like here. Because I have hit straight away now, you'll notice there's a little animation here. If we land another hit again though, and we pause and right click straight away, we skip the animation and go straight into another fight. Same with the attack. Once we get into this little animation, right click, back into it, and then again. This isn't necessarily, see I landed a free hit there as well. This isn't the best way to play, but it's a nice little tip if you like to min-max your fights. But Kenshi is a game about repeatedly being stabbed by someone you love. That is the feeling you get. You love this game, you'll put hours into it, you'll still lose. Now, we are getting a bit beat up here, but this one is a lot more even than the other fight. And as well, because we are doing damage to their arm, if we do damage to their right arm, because in Kenshi everyone is right-handed, if we manage to disable the right arm by any chance, then they can no longer fight with their weapons, and they will be forced to use martial art leg kicks. Now, if they have high martial arts, then that's not going to be a problem for them, but most characters we find, the martial arts is going to be very bad. If we manage to disable one of their legs though, we've just been beaten down now, if we manage to disable one of their legs, they will become on the floor and a cripple and barely be able to attack. Now, because we've been attacked again, she has nicked our ration pack, which is a bit of a dick move, but they are starving, and some people deserve it more than us. Now, because we didn't go out below our KO point here again, which is -16, on our core area, if we simply skip the unconscious phase, we'll be wounded, and we can play dead again. And if we check now, our toughness has reached level 13, and our melee defense is level 4. We've also managed to level up the blunt weapon stats, because these are our weapon that we are using. Now, I don't have a med kit, so I'm going to have to quickly run to these the store in town to grab one. Now, if we don't have a med kit, it will be very, very rare if we pass out and someone will help us. It will be extremely rare. There might be the odd passerby or two who comes around and helps us, but it's always best to make sure you have a med kit on standby. I was a bit stupid for not having one there, but luckily we had fate on our side and managed to escape it. Now, this here is a boot shop. A boot shop is kind of like a travel shop for the Holy Nation, so I'm going to go into wares, buy a nice med kit, and then come out here, heal myself up, and then we'll try again after I've healed up properly this time. We finally found our last fight of the day, and we found this guy who has already been attacked by some bone dogs of his group. I've managed to kite him away. I'm at 100%, he's a bit damaged, and there's also not had a good meal in a couple of days, so let's go for a fighting thing. Now, the last thing I can teach you about combat right now is the types of damage we deal. Because we are using a blunt weapon, we are doing blunt damage, and blunt damage is, all it is just it takes a chunk off. So if we see myself here, there is a tiny bit of bleed damage, but it has just took chunks off, which means that this health is now gone now until it's repaired. The bleed damage, however, bleed damage depends on how much bleeding we're doing. So because we've both got blunt damage weapons now, we can't really show it. But if I use cut damage against him, what's going to happen is he's going to start losing blood, and this little thing here is going to start going down because he's bleeding. And at the same time, his blood will be going down as well, which is another thing for him to worry about. Now, because we've got blunt weapons, all we're doing is we're just taking big chunks of health off him, which... that scared the ever-living shit out of me. But a random bone dog is now stepping in to help us. Which, to be fair, isn't really a fair fight, but you know what? I'm going to go find a fairer fight. But that's Kenshi, really. Someone wants to kill you, you want to kill someone wants to kill someone you want, and then someone else wants to kill you as well. It's up and down the whole game. So now let's go see if we can find another fight real quick. We found more bone dog attacks, which is kind of funny. But these are the Holy Paladin guys, which really we don't really want to be fighting right now. Who are these? These, he's just passed out. This guy's a nice little fair fight. You know, he's had a bit of a fight, but you know what? We'll take it. All we're going to do is go up to him. We're barely damaged. He is clinging on for life. So we're just going to give him a nice little couple of hits, train up ourselves. I've been hit there. She is going to try and batter me. I'm going to hit her first. Now, you can always tell if you're going to land an attack if the block is different. So because the attack is going here, they need to raise their stick above their head. And they did. If because the attack is going on the left, I need to raise it, but I did not raise it in time. That is because my block damage, my block level is very low. So if I put my block too high, I can block them a lot more easier. It doesn't mean it's always guaranteed, but it does mean that it's a lot faster and a lot more efficient. Just like there. We missed it again, but at the same time, we're still leveling up. We've hit him on the top of the head. Please can we not lose to someone who is nearly dead. And boom. So... oh! Isn't that a little... this was the person who attacked me earlier and had my ration pack. Well, that's now my ration pack. And there's interest. I'm taking all your gloves. But yeah... so that is combat in Kenshi, guys. Obviously, we'll get on to buying weapons and armour in another episode, but for now, these are all the basics you need to know. So thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment what you want to see next, or if you have any questions about Kenshi itself. Thank you, and remember to have a good one.